Hello and welcome to the character breakdown for Kirby from the Kirby series. I missed a couple things last time, so we are redoing this one. Sorry about that, and I'll make sure to be a little bit better about it in the future. We'll start off with Kirby's specials. We have his standard B special, allows you to eat your opponent. While your opponent has been eaten, you can, of course, jump, carry them around, eat them the rest of the way, consume them, I suppose you could say, to be able to steal their power. Which you can just get rid of with pressing up on the D-pad. Or you can fire them with A. There's a couple different benefits to all of these. The main benefit to firing them off is when you have them close to the edge of a stage. Another thing you can do is just take them off the stage with you. If you're just really desperate to kill somebody and you can't get a kill, it's a way you can do it. Kind of a jerk move, not recommended to do it, but you can do it. You can also fire them under something they can't get back from, and then come back yourself with your own recovery. Or fire them far enough off that you don't think they can get back. That is another tactic that can come from that. Of course, he's going to get back, and I'm not going to there, but you see how it goes. His down B is the eponymous rock. You can also, of course, see other variations. This game has another new one, just as the other games have in the past, normally added one or two new ones. This new one for Ultimate is the treasure chest from Breath of the Wild. Which we may get if we just keep trying. Or we could just do it right here as well. Because, you can see there, treasure chest from Breath of the Wild. You can do it with a short hop. You'll be able to do quite a bit of damage. And you don't even have to be above them in the air. It now has a shockwave effect. You can do it on the ground as well. Up B from Kirby is the Crystal Shard Sword Slash. Does pretty good damage, multi-hits. You can get a little bit more damage from that as well, especially if you're able to get a KO hit on one of those. And then you have the fact that it moves you. You can use it to dodge attacks as well. Can be used at just about any height. And then you have finally his side smash, which is his hammer. It will catch fire after a brief period of time holding it. However, it also has a basic hit. If you hold it for too long, Kirby will begin to take damage. There is no end to this. Kirby will continue to take damage forever as long as you're holding the hammer. And it does not gain any extra damage. Once it's on fire, it's on fire. You taking extra damage does not increase the amount of damage it can do. Though I have seen that be a rumor spread around in various places on the internet. It does not change anything damage-wise. For your standard attacks, you have the standard A combo. Ends in a nice little smack. Good. You can, if you stop pressing A, end it early. You have up A, down A, forward A, of course the same as back A. Gives you some various options. Of course all of these can be smashed. They are smashes, but they can be charged. Then you have his air game, forward air, down air, which of course you can short hop into, as we've talked about before. Neutral air. You have back air there. And I was showing off neutral air. Nice. And then up air. Obviously, Kirby's air game is pretty good for a couple different reasons. The main one being that Kirby has some of the best recovery in the game. You get very high. You can get very quickly back onto the stage if you are not too far off. Kirby is very light, so he can be launched pretty easily. However, when you get into the ability to recover, normally Kirby's will make it back from things that other characters would not be able to do, which is definitely something to keep in mind. Now, of course, Kirby, being light, has a little bit less staying power when it comes to damage, which is why if you can get somebody close to an area that you can fire them off, sometimes it's better just to fire them off the side of the screen. But as you can see there, I purposefully hung a little bit longer in air by using a standard B special, so that I could get a little bit longer time before I had to recover, and could still recover just fine, to be able to show that. Kirby's recovery is great. Kirby's damage output is really solid. There is the slide move. Kirby is just a very well-built character that I think is one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion. Maybe not completely top tier or anything like that, but for standard play, Kirby's going to be a good go-to. The only problem with playing a lot of Kirby is that people have fought Kirby many times over the years, and thus know Kirby's moveset pretty well. You're not really going to surprise anybody. However, you may use some moves with Kirby that people forget, A lot of people in Kirby Online matches that I've seen where they're using Kirby completely don't use his copy power, and you should copy. There are some good moves you can copy from there that really combo well with what Kirby has to offer. With all that said, though, we still have the final smash to show, and then we will call this character breakdown today. But let us not forget about the final smash, as that is one of the things I did forget about. I wanted to try and hit him over there and get some extra combo in. Kirby's final smash is the Super Sword, which has changed. In the past, it was the Chef Kawasaki food, where Chef Kawasaki cooked up a meal. But now, as you can see, get a little bit better view here. Kirby will slash his opponents repeatedly, and then hit them with a big smack that can send them flying. Kirby's a really good character. I definitely think if you haven't played around with him before, you should. A lot of people can feel like he's broken sometimes because of how good his recovery is. One last thing I wanted to point out is that the more damage someone has taken, do some extra damage here to Bowser, and then hopefully he'll come back off the screen, the further they fly. So you can really get somebody who's taking a lot of damage, act like you're going to copy them, and then just launch them off the screen. And they won't be able to come back from that if they've taken enough damage. With all that said, though, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Kirby has to offer.